And we're not going to waste much time. So I just want to welcome you all this morning to the TCK Zone Virtual Summer Holiday Academy. If you are familiar with the brand, you know that we are always interested in taking advantage of opportunities to be of value and of help to individuals at all levels. In particularly, we're working with students and young school leavers, like some of you, I believe. Educators also, we have programs for educators, for adults as well. But this time around, we are putting together the Virtual Holiday Academy to just ensure that we are able to help participants, get to the point where they're able to upskill themselves, get to discover more, get to be trained and equipped in digital skills. And several areas we're going to be exploring. This virtual academy would actually help you to advance in the world of the digital space. So what I'm going to be doing this morning is to run you through what to expect and also to spend some time to tell you about how you can become a digital champion or a digital skills champion. And before we do that, I would like us to try to have a cross introduction in the room. I know we are not too many at the moment, but let's just use the opportunity to introduce ourselves. You can unmute yourself one after the other. I'll call your name, you'll mute yourself, and then you introduce yourself. Our introduction will be in this manner. You tell us your name, tell us your location, where you're connecting with us from. Probably tell us your status at the moment. Are you still in school? Are you a school leaver? Or whatever space you are in at the moment, right? And your expectation from this academy. So I'd like you to follow that, your name, which is your name and surname. Tell us your location. For example, my name is Rotimi Eyitayo, and I'm streaming and connecting from Lagos, Nigeria. And of course, I'm not a student. I'm a student of life, but I'm the facilitator for this morning. So if you don't mind, can we start with Amara and then we move to Timothy and we'll go to iPhone and then we'll go to Mickey Nelly and we'll end with, I think I have one of our coordinators or project coordinators in the room as well. So please, Amara, you have the floor. Introduce yourself. And if you can also show your video, it would be nice. So I know that I'm seeing who I'm talking with this morning.
Sorry, sir. Good morning, Mr.
Good morning.
Rotimi,
Good
and
morning.
everybody in the house. I'm Amara from Enugu. We
Oh,
met at Enugu when you came for the conference last 2
yes.
months or so. Yes. I'm actually an educator. Maybe I'm not supposed to be here. I just wanted to, because I invited my students,
Oh,
but
fantastic, fantastic.
I just told them I checked. I came in to check if they came, but I found out they were not here. So I had to check them up. And they told
Thank
me they
you.
were having exams today. So maybe I'm not supposed to be here. I'm an
No,
educator.
no, 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 that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. And
Okay.
we look forward to having your students also connecting with us. So
Yes, yes.
that's good. So please stay on the call. Next
All right,
person
sir.
is Timothy. Timothy, you have the floor. Please unmute yourself. Timothy Emmanuel.
Yes, I can hear you. Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Timothy Emmanuel. I'm currently in Kaduna State, Nigeria. I'm out of school. Yeah, I'm not schooling. I'm out of school. Yeah. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to
Just
be
your expectation.
part of.
Yeah. What's your expectation?
Yeah. My expectation of this particular program is to see myself equipped technologically, because IT is actually the skill. IT is something that is globally, it's one of the most demanding skills, and which I feel to be equipped uh, technologically in terms of IT. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. So we have iPhone. I don't know if iPhone, I don't know the name behind the iPhone code. So could you just unmute yourself? iPhone, the participant, iPhone.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. Good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning.
My name is Rotimi Eyitayo. Can you hear me? Hello?
I can hear you.
Yes. Okay. That's it.
Sorry, your line is breaking. Could you introduce yourself again?
My name is Rotimi Eyitayo.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what's your expectation? What's your location?
I am in Nigeria, Osun State, Nigeria. My expectation is to know more about technology and to know more about technology and to be able to like practicalize it and to be able to like show people and also to be able to learn skills, to be able to have extra skills about technology.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Oladimeji. Thank you, Amara. Thank you, Timothy. And I think we have one of our coordinators on ground as well. I don't know if my coordinator wants to introduce herself.
All right, good morning, everybody. I am Oluwadamola Ojo. Yes, I'm the Executive Director of the Creative Kids Zone, and I'm happy to have you all here. So like Ms. Rotimi said, this is a well-packaged program that I've put together to ensure that everyone is equipped with the right set of digital skills that they need, either to get a job or to start a business, to become an entrepreneur, or if it's basically for you to do better in school as well. Yes, this is what this training is all about. So I want you to tell your friends, tell your colleagues, and as many students as possible, and invite them to join us. Thank you once again for being here.
Thank you. And we'll go straight into it. We have what we call the academic ground rules. Like I said earlier, for those who just connected, this is going to be an onboarding and orientation session. So you're going to know a bit about what to expect and what we also would be doing within the next few weeks that we'll be having this academy. And the first thing I'd like us to know is what we call the ground rules. Academy rules, we have a rule that says that everyone in the Zoom meeting is expected to be participatory. You are expected to communicate and participate with us. Therefore, questions might be asked and you'll be expected to respond. So please, when it's your turn, you need to unmute yourself. Try to make sure that you are not in a noisy environment and you could answer the question so that it will be very interactive. Also, everyone is deserving of respect. Along the line, conversations will come up based on the subject being discussed. And we might have several points of views or several perspectives to the conversation of the day. We would like to implore that everyone should be respectful with their tone, with their use of comments and responses, either to each other in the comment section or while you're responding to whatever the facilitator is having to say. Please be reminded that we will be having these sessions recorded. And so we would like to try as much as possible to make sure we do not have distractions or interferences from our backgrounds, so that we don't affect the quality of the recording. Also, we would like to ask that for sessions, we would want to have everyone to try as much as possible to be on time. If you can, if, for example, the session is a 10 a.m. session, we want you to be available some few minutes before that time so that the session is 10 for 10. If it's a 2 p.m. session, which would be communicated for those of us who are in the Telegram group, you would have noticed that notifications will be sent. And that will also mean that you need to try as much as possible to be in the room as early as possible. The academy will be divided into 2 sessions. We have morning sessions, we have afternoon sessions. And for each time we meet, we will be keeping to such timelines where morning session is 10 a.m., afternoon session is 2 p.m. There will be a bit of a short break in between for you to have maybe some level of stretch, comfort break, for you to feel relaxed and refreshed. And then we'll continue as well. Each of the sessions have been designed to be tailor-fitted into specific thoughts, so within the holiday period, we will be talking about several areas that we'll be exploring. And just like some of us, we've expressed our expectations, we will be having topics around photo editing, website development, game development. We'll be having AI, machine learning, graphic design. We'll be having issues that speaks about digital skills within the career space, digital skills around just tech space, digital skills around social good, and the like. So it promises to be an experiential one, and I believe that you would have a great time with us. So if there are questions, I would also be willing to take on questions. And also, just like Ms. Damia said, she's also here to also add to answer some of our questions. Along the line, we still expect more people to connect with us today, but what we're going to be doing after this brief orientation is just to share a bit of what I introduced earlier. And for me, to end this orientation session, I will be speaking to you just to reinforce the essence of why everyone this holiday period. And I would like, if you like, you might want to write it down, but just to show that you're connecting with us, put some things in the comment section. So let me ask you, are you ready? If you're ready, type yes. I want to see that you're ready. If you're ready, type yes. I'm waiting. If you're ready. Timothy has said yes. Thank you. I'm waiting for other people. Is Oimi my yes? Dami has said yes. Timothy has said yes. Amara, would you say yes? Oladimeji, I'm waiting for you to say yes as well. I just need one more. Fantastic. So let's start. My session is going to be about the making of digital champions. The making of digital champions. And this is one interesting topic, I believe, that we always have opportunity to share amongst young individuals. Sometimes when we go to schools, sometimes when we go to training centers, this is almost like our signature conversation, because it all begins from here, that there's always a reason why people gather to learn. There's always a reason why people get to, step into a particular field. And when we're starting this session, we asked, what are your expectations? Apart from your name, apart from the location you're streaming from, at least we all can see that we have people from Lagos, we have people from Enugu, we have people from Kaduna, we have people from Osun State. Now, that just tells you that across Nigeria, participants are joining for this virtual academy. And that's a very big thumbs up to the Creative Kids Zone, giving opportunity for so many people across so many locations just to be a part of this. Now, the real thing that I would like us to build on is the right foundation as to the conversation we're having this morning. And it is the fact that we all want all our participants to become digital skills champions. And if you're familiar with the sporting industry, the word champion is not something strange. When you go into the athletics, you find champions there. When you go into track and field events, you find champions there. Speak of boxing, you find champions there. What about golf? You still find champions there. When you think of lawn tennis, you think of any kind of sport, water sports, you'll still find champions there. And that's why at the back of putting together an amazing academy is the fact that we don't just want people to hear, we don't just want people to see what we're doing, we don't just want people to, so to speak, learn, but we want people to become champions. Champions are defined as individuals who have accomplished feats in whatever it is that they have attached themselves to. So if, for example, I'm a champion in sports, it is safe to say that I've achieved some feat in sports. I've achieved maybe a win. I've achieved maybe how do I put it? I've achieved maybe a record, you know. But then the truth about it is that that we all are here today. I want you to take note that becoming a digital skills champion is actually much more than a win. When I try to train and talk to individuals, there's something I always highlight, that champions are consistent winners. Winners seldom win. So if, for example, we're playing a game of cards, or for example, we're having a guess game, or for example, you were using a chess competition to look at someone who could probably come out tops, or you were writing an exam, you know, there are times that people sometimes will win. We look at tournaments across the world in the sports industry, in the football industry, you find out that sometimes some teams go ahead to win a game, but they are not necessarily crowned champions. And if you are familiar with Champions League, for example, you realize that why we call champions is because champions consistently win. They are not seldom winners. They are not people who win once in a while. And when we thought about putting this together, we said to ourselves that it's our goal that the people that would come to this academy must become digital skills champions, meaning that there are people who have digital skills because they heard about it, because they've learned about it, because they are seeing much about it, they are practicing about it, but we want them to consistently be people who will be crowned champions. So consistency is one of the things that we're looking towards, and saying that for Amara, for Ladimeji, for Timothy, for Ibukun, for everyone that will be part of this, we want us to know that literally we want you to plan to be committed, to be consistent. And so if you don't mind, in the comment section, I want you to pledge and say, I will be committed to be consistent. Can you type that? I will be committed to be consistent, or you could say I will be committed to consistency. So that's simply saying that as we go along, all that we will be listening to will be bringing amazing voices, amazing experts to teach subject matters. Like I said, for example, the web design, sometimes we talk about something around graphic design, sometimes it's machine learning, of course, the AI that we're all talking about today. We will be having several subjects focused on these areas. And these people will come. And I want you to understand. Thank you so much. Thank you, Amara. Thank you, Timothy, for that. I want you to understand that it is your job, it is your role to not just come in to show up. You know, it will require you to do much more than that. A digital skills champion is someone who is committed to ensure that it takes advantage of everything that is going to be hearing, right? Digital skills are essential in today's society. In fact, it's almost as if that the one who lacks such skills is not considered to be an able-bodied person. You know, when you think about disability, most times people think about the physical disability, the forms that you do not have, or the things that you are not able to do with the kind of forms that you have. But right now, we're thinking about digital skills as a part of human ability, because digital skills has become very, very, very part and parcel of our everyday life. And of course, because it's an academy, permit me to say some things you might already know. Permit me to even ask questions that you should already know, but we are not going to assume. And that's why we need to ask ourselves the very first question. If you and I are going to become digital skills champions, if we're going to become digital champions, or we're talking about the making of us becoming digital champions, people who consistently leverage digital skills in their day-to-day activity, in their career, in their work, in their life, in everything that they do, then we must ask ourselves some basic question. The first question will be, what would you consider as digital literacy? What would you consider as digital literacy? And anyone could answer that question. It's something that I know you know, but for the purpose of this academy, I'd like us to treat that. Who would like to answer what he or she considers as digital literacy? Anyone? Anyone?
Yeah, digital is Timothy.
Okay, thank you.
Digital literacy is a skill for one to use as a tool to it's a skill one used as an advantage to self display the talent in terms of having the technical knowledge of the computer is in application to solve day-to-day problem and activities.
Thank you so much for that response. And because of time, I don't want to waste more time. I want to leverage on that conversation that you brought up, Timothy. You know, when we talk about digital literacy, you know, if you break the two words, you have digital, and then the second word, you have literacy. Now, put it in this perspective. Literacy speaks, a summary of literacy is understanding. So when you think about someone, I would say this person is literate, it means there's a degree of understanding. Can anyone just type in the comment section? Understanding. So when we say digital literacy, we're just saying in simple terms that you and I, if we have what we call digital literacy, or we attempt to be digital literate, it means that we have understanding. Absolutely, yes. Thank you, Manuel. It means we have understanding of digital skills. Digital literacy is the ability to understand. And with the understanding, you can now evaluate, you can actually use, you can create, you can do stuff. Because our understanding is the bedrock of the things that we do. If you understand how to use sticks, then you can create things with it. Your understanding is actually what precedes what you are able to do with all that you know. And so digital literacy for you and I, as we've come together, is our understanding and our ability to be able to adapt using digital skills for leverage, for life, for career, ability to adapt, ability to use our understanding of digital skills, digital tools, digital platform to our advantage. That's just a nutshell of it. So when you think about it, to become a digital skills champion, definitely you must be a digital literate person. In other words, in a digital skills champion is a digital literate person. The beginning, if I will put it this way, the JSS1, the primary school, the kindergarten of a digital skills champion is one who has digital literacy, who has digital understanding, who has digital skills understanding. I hope that is somehow clear. If it's clear, please type yes so that I'm not speaking above or beneath my audience. Do we understand? Fantastic. It seems like it's Timothy that is quick to answer now. Where are the others? I want one more yes, one more yes, one more yes. Anybody? Waiting for one more yes. All right, thank you. So when you think about it, if you listen to our executive director when she was also, doing an introduction just to show that she's present with us, she mentioned something, and I need us to be very clear that there's a reason why we've put this academy together. That for those who are participating now, or for those who participate much later, and for subsequent edition, if you were to stumble on this recording, there's a reason we're doing this thing. So we're trying to bring people together so that they can build on the skills they already have, and sometimes build directly, on what they don't know before now. So which is why I need you to understand, now that we have a bit of better understanding about what digital literacy is, then when we know what it is, then we should know why should we be digital literate. And that's why I'm linking it to the fact that as digital literates, we get to be empowered. That's the word empowered. So as I'm speaking, I will throw some words at you just so that it brings out emphasis. We're able to emphasize the reason that we're saying this is because of this and this and that. We recognize that everyone, in particular young people of today, young Nigerians, youth, they are not excused. It's a funny scenario when you think that you have to be very old before you start taking certain things seriously. In the world we live in today, age is no longer an excuse. Everyone is included in the possibility matrix. In other words, what it simply means is that if an adult can do great things in life, so should a young person be able to do great things in life. You're no longer waiting to be 50 years old. You're no longer waiting to be 60 years old before you take life seriously to begin to try as much as possible to make impact, to get yourself to be beneficial to others, to get yourself to benefit from the possibilities available in the world, all across the world, whether it's Europe, whether it's Asia, whether it's America, whether it's Africa, across the world, you will find that young people are consistently embracing the digital space, and they are doing so much with it. And TCK Zone has decided to ensure that our story in Africa will not be an exception. Our story in Nigeria will not be an exception. You, as you're listening to us today, we don't want you to be an exception. That regardless of what you know, whether you call it little or small, it is possible for you to understand that you can become a champion at it. And why are we saying that? Because we want everyone to begin to find what we call leverage. And one of the ways you see that digital literacy is important is because it gives you an empowered access. So it empowers you to have access to information. You and I will agree, it is because of the digital skills that you have, or better still, because of the digital space that you have access to me today. You have access to Ms. Dami today. You have access to Amara today. All of us are seated at different locations, precisely different states in Nigeria, but we are all having access to the same conversation. Can you imagine that? That tells you that with digital skills, meaning that the thing that you have access to, you are able to actually create what you call leverage. Now you have access to information. Anything that I've shared to you today, you gained access because you had access to digital skills, access to digital platforms. The platforms and the skillfulness that you have can make it more profitable, more advanced, more useful, more valuable. And so you cannot become a champion if you don't have access. You cannot become a champion if you don't have empowerment. So champions are people who are empowered. And so for me, I believe that every young person, school leaver, student, should understand that it's important to have digital literacy skills. It's important to be digitally literate because it provides you an opportunity to be empowered. It provides you an opportunity to have access to information. It provides you opportunity to also get access and leverage to critical things out there. Number two is that digital skills would always become an enhancer. You might write that down. Digital skills always enhances people. It enhances individuals, it enhances brands, it enhances life, it enhances career. You notice that just because you are able to show that you have digital skills, your ability to communicate extends. It's almost like you're able to say things better. People are able to reach you better. You're able to, by the time you think about some of the tools you already know how to use, and the ones you will learn in this short period that we have together, you will begin to see that it will enhance communication. There are people that just say things, but some people step up and then they're trained, and then they're able to use digital tools. And those digital tools begin to help them amplify their voice. Imagine I'm speaking and I have a background. Imagine I'm speaking and I have a visual aid. It begins to communicate what I'm saying at an enhanced level, at a higher level, sometimes at a deepened level where there is depth because of the skills I've brought together. There are times that you find out that because of the digital skills and my digital literacy skills, I'm able to advance in the way I convince people in what I do. And that's why we're saying it, that as a young person, as you're listening to us, for you to become a digital champion, for you to become a digital skills champion, you want to be able to get to that point where you begin to see that it's very important that I have digital literacy. It's very important for you and I to consistently be digital literate, to grow in that level of literacy where we are expanding our context, we're expanding our content. Therefore, we are able to also see that that thing begins to enhance communication. Another important reason behind this is because it also enhances collaboration. Think about it right now. The executive director is here, I am here, and then we have several people in their own space and probably in their own location, and they're able to collaborate with us. In other words, if you have a question that I wasn't able to answer, I'm definitely sure that Ms. Dame is going to step in and she's going to be able to answer those questions. Why? Because our skills have given us access to not just enhanced communication, but also enhanced collaboration. In other words, now we can talk together, even if we are not physically in the same space. We can work together, even though we are not physically in the same space. And let me tell you this, by the time you begin to understand the level of your literacy, your options begin to increase. So a lot of times people say, well, I would really love to become a digital literate person. I want to improve my skills, but you see, there are no opportunities because of where I am. Currently, I'm in Oshu State. Another person said, do you know, you are in Oshu State. Me, I'm far away in Enugu State. Someone says, no, me, I'm even far away in Kaduna State. But guess what? Alas, you didn't have to travel to Lagos to become part of the TCK Zone Holiday Academy. Guess what? We introduced a word before the Holiday Academy. We said the TCK Zone Virtual Holiday Academy. What does that mean? Even the skills that you have, because of the options that digital literacy brings to us, it makes us know that there are many options than physical presence. Now you are seeing that there are options where you and I can listen and learn together without necessarily being in a physical room together. Why? Digital literacy, digital understanding, digital capacity has made it so. And therefore, when you want to learn, you're also thinking of not just physical learning, you're thinking now of virtual learning. So you can see that digital literacy skills, they are very important because it has given you more options. Now think about if you want to work. Before now, you probably have been searching. I'm a young school leaver. I don't want to waste my time sitting at home. I want to volunteer. I want to intern. Before now, you might be looking at physical internship opportunities. You might be looking at physical job opportunities. But now, guess what you're doing? You're looking out for what? Virtual job opportunities, virtual internship opportunities. What does that tell you? It means that with the possibilities of you knowing more in the digital space, you can now do more, you can now be more, and then you can now have more. And we always say it every time in our academy, that because of what we're trying to do, the goal is so that you and I can do more, we can be more, we can have more. And let me tell you this, that is what makes digital literacy very important. Very, very important. I've shared some points with you, and I'm going to add maybe one or two more before I take it a step further. But before I do that, it's important to ask, do you have any question? And if you don't have any question, are we following? Does it make sense? Do you like what you're hearing? Are you getting to understand better? Yes, Amara says, do more people have. Amazing. Thank you. Do we have questions? I hope it's making sense. Thank you. All right, so let me move further. So when you think about it, digital literacy skills are very, very important to us, and it helps us to do much. Thank you, Timothy. He said it's making sense. Yes. So it also gets you to provide opportunities. You see, opportunities are limitless and boundless. Opportunities are everywhere. Sometimes I'm sure you've said it, sometimes I'm sure you've heard it. But you see, for you to become a digital champion, you need to realize that digital literacy as a foundation, when you embrace it, when you seek it, when you get equipped and empowered, you begin to now see many, many more opportunities. See, opportunities actually are possibilities available to all, not just to some. And let me tell you, it's only those who are able to now take an extra mile to become literate. I mean, digitally now, you might be academic literate, that you know your literacy skills, numeracy skills, you know how to read, you know how to write. That gives you open access to certain opportunities. But now when you now know how to navigate, you have understanding of digital tools, productivity tools, and the likes, you begin to see more opportunities. There are opportunities you will hear that you will say, I never thought about that. But thank God now that you are digitally literate, you now begin to see that opportunities abound. You see, when I began to think about the amazing work different people do, especially using digital skills, you think about it and you just stand amazed that because of the skills and the digital literacy capacity that they have, innovation is just springing up. The people who do presentations for people and they are paid just because they have digital skills in creating powerful presentation slides. How would you imagine if you were able to, in these 4 weeks, get to understand the concept of design, get to understand the concept of graphics, get to understand the concept of website development, and put all those concepts together and begin to offer a virtual service that you have, regardless of your age. And people are out there across the world, and they're having to require you to deliver. And guess what? You learned it without being paid for free. But guess what? It was a digital skill that you began to think of ways to use it, and it converted what? Opportunities for you. What am I trying to say? Your opportunities might actually increase, and the access to the possibilities of those opportunities might just be as a result of your what? Your digital literacy skills. And this is why you should understand. There are many of us, we get frustrated about the things we focus on. We look at the things that are going on in our community, going on in our family, going on in our society. And because of those things, we get a bit frustrated. We get to fix ourselves in a particular state and a mood that doesn't empower us. Why? Because it feels like we don't have anything to do. We feel helpless. The problems around us are too many. If you're in Kaduna, there's problem there. If you're in Osun State, there's problem there. If you're in Enugu, there's problem there. Even in Lagos, there's problem there. But with digital literacy, understanding how to navigate digital skills, you begin to see that even those problems, you are able to turn them around to innovative opportunities, not just to fix your own problem, but to fix for others and anyone while doing so, right? And then, of course, it makes you a bit more responsible. So this is very important because a lot of times we see so many things that are actually annoying online. A lot of people have used their access to digital spheres and platforms wrongfully. But when you are now seeing there's a purpose of Facebook, there's a purpose of Instagram, there's a purpose of YouTube, there's a purpose of these things, abuse begins to reduce. We'll now begin to see people use these platforms at the right time, in the right way, in the right method, in the right manner. That is what literacy does. So I am putting on a shirt right now because I know the purpose, the use of a shirt. I have an understanding. I am literate as regards to fashion. Therefore, I know the use of the shirt. I am not using it in the wrong manner, as opposed to what's happening now. A lot of people are stumbling on the digital space because of limited literacy or absent of low literacy. guess what's happening? They are abusing such platforms. And I know that for the next 4 weeks, you and I will commit ourselves to be consistent in not just knowing and hearing, but to show that we are literate, especially about these things, and we put them to use. I can tell you that many times people have several devices. Because of their limited literacy, they don't even know how to explore the length and breadth of such devices. But that's what we're trying to do. And that takes me quickly to tell you, now you know what it is. When we talk about digital literacy, now you see the importance or the why behind it. But let me just ask you, I'm sure some of you know that there are digital tools, there are technology tools, there are research tools, there are content tools, there are security tools that are available that you probably are being using. I would like anyone to mention very quickly in the comment section. And if you would like to unmute yourself, I'll give you the permission to do so. Just unmute yourself very quickly. Tell me, what are the digital tools and technologies that you've used before that you are familiar with? I just want you to say these things, just to buttress what I've said. Very quickly, anyone?
Yes, Microsoft Excel.
Fantastic.
Microsoft Office.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Who wants to help as well? Any other person? Any other person? My time is ticking. Timothy, are you there? Do you want to share? Okay, so while we wait for that, let me just go straight to the... Okay, Timothy, yes, you have the floor.
Yes, for the Microsoft Excel, I normally use it to carry out some data analysis in terms of data computation, which helps to solve most of the data computation and analytical problems. Then for the PowerPoint, I do use that for presentation as well, in kind of a slide, a presentation slide. Yeah, thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Amara is saying, I use PowerPoint for my lesson notes. Yes, that's an educator there. That's very good. So let's just not waste much time on that. So what you're talking about now is digital tools and technologies. Now, all these things some of you have mentioned, you find out that they call them productivity tools, meaning that for some of us, our productivity is better enhanced using these digital tools. Imagine if you had to physically write a lot of things and you still want it to appear neat. You want it to appear, with less of errors. But you see, like you mentioned Microsoft Word, there are many things that you can do with Microsoft Word that brings ease to your writing, that brings ease to your business communication, that brings ease to your preparation of your documents. That is what we call productivity tools. So the Excel of this world, the PowerPoint, the Office tools, the Microsoft Word. We also have research tools, right? Research tools, of course, if you're familiar with Google, a lot of us create surveys. We use Google Form, we use Google Docs, we use Google Sheets, we use Google Classroom, we have communication tools. The communication tools like this, Zoom is a particular communication tool. We have Restream, StreamYard, we have Microsoft Teams, you have Google Meet, communication tools, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, Snapchat, X, TikTok, Pinterest, and the likes. And you have a lot of them as content creation tools. We have cyber security tools, and so many. And you see, as we begin to advance in these weeks of being together, please make sure that if you have friends, register to be a part of this academy, because you will learn so much, you will do so much, you will have opportunities that will stare in your faces and make you a better person in the long and the short run, right? And there are many examples, and if you don't mind, I like asking questions. There are many examples of people who are real-life examples of digital skills champion, people who are consistently leveraging technology, leveraging digital skills. The people who are showing consistency, not once in a while, people who are doing it across the world. Can anyone share with me a name or two that they know that, these people are people who are digital champions? They are leveraging digital skills. They're leveraging technology skills. They're leveraging all these things. Who wants to help me? Very quickly. very quickly. Real life examples. You've seen, you've heard. Anybody? Bill Gates. Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg. Amara said Bill Gates. Fantastic. We have several people, and guess what? Young people are also there. We have Malala Yousafzai. I'm sure you know her. You said Mark Zuckerberg. We have Elon Musk. We have several people who have demonstrated competencies, who have demonstrated skills, who have demonstrated strategies, who have demonstrated exploits using that. And I want to make you understand, amidst the names, your name is there as well. Your name should be there. That at this end of the 4 weeks that you'll be with us, you want to also ensure that you become a digital skills champion. And I need to let you know, for digital skills champion, there are key attributes that we'll always find present. Several elements that make them up. Number one, and you might want to write it down, is curiosity. You need to get to become curious. Make sure that questions are not strange to you any longer. Don't say, I don't want to stress them. I don't want to ask. I don't want to stress myself. You must be one that is curious. You must constantly seek to learn and explore some of these digital skills. There are some of us, we know the names. We've not even downloaded or read about it. There are product information for some of these things. I remember when ChatGPT came out, right? And a lot of people had different things to say. I did not run away from it. I went towards ChatGPT. I explored it. What is it? How do you download? How do you do this? How do you do that? And then that's when I discovered that ChatGPT, actually, the level of effective use of it is tied to the way and the manner of prompting. And that's why I began to, and I just practice, and I got better at it to the extent that I could even get more value from the free one than having to have gone to make payment for the paid one. It's the same thing with several platforms. It's the same thing with graphic design. I just put myself, and this is my own personal story. And that's just to tell you, and you can make up your mind. And in the month of July, you will go back to all those digital tools that you've heard of, you've seen of, that you don't know much about. Decide to, at least read more about it or find out how it works. Watch a demo video. Ask questions within this period. Make sure you are a curious person. Number two is that one critical element of digital skills champion is that they are adaptable. They are adaptability, curiosity, and then now adaptability. One of the major skills in the current world today, in fact, they call it the top 5, 20, 30 skills that will be in high demand, is adaptiveness. I'm sure you remember the chameleon. The chameleon is able to adapt into the environment, is able to blend. Why? Because it's a preservative skill, it's also a predatory skill. It preserves it from being, captured. That's why you also need to understand, digital skills champion, they are not just curious, they are also adaptive. Don't be fixated. Try to be flexible. Embrace technology, embrace the beauty it comes with. Embrace the possibility it comes with. It might take you a bit of discomfort to try to unlearn and relearn, but at the end of the day, you'll find out that it brings a world of bliss. It makes you able to do more with less. Then the third element that I don't want you to miss out on is critical thinking. If you are following me, you realize the first thing I said was what? Curiosity. Can someone type it out in the comment section? Curiosity. Second one was what? Adaptability, your adaptiveness, right? The third one is critical thinking. I have come to realize, both young and old, if you listen to their story, digital skills champion, like you mentioned, Bill Gates, these people, they are people who think critically. Critical thinking, they begin to analyze what happens if we do this? What happens about this? Why, if you listen to some stories of some platforms that we use today, how they were founded or how they pivoted from their initial design, you will realize that there was critical thinking in it. Facebook, for example, as I learned about the story of Facebook, you cannot remove critical thinking. They thought about it. How can we create a community, an ecosystem where people are interconnected? right? And it was almost like a form of intranet, but before you know it, it became what it is today. And that is how great things are. So digital skills champions are people who are curious, who are adaptable, who think critically. So curiosity, adaptability, critical thinking. The next thing is creativity. And if you bring curiosity, adaptability, and critical thinking together, it is a natural offspring. The addition of those three will give you what we call creativity. Digital skills champion always demonstrate creativity with whatever they've learned. You know, it was one educator I saw somewhere, I think in River State, that she was doing a lot with PowerPoint. And I knew PowerPoint actually had a lot you could do, but she showed animation skills and how she integrated it into creating, you know, how do you call that? Lesson notes. She used it to do so many things, just PowerPoint. You know, some of us, we know how to use PowerPoint just to create training slides. That's all. Some of us, we know how to use PowerPoint to just paste videos and hyperlinks. But how many percentage, or what's the level of percent that we have in terms of mastery of such? So if you're a digital skills champion, you must be one who must be creative. Use digital skills platform to express your ideas, to solve problems, to create engaging content. The next thing is collaboration. Digital skills, you must understand that it's essential that as a digital skills champion, we find that they are willing, open, and ready to collaborate. Collaborate with colleagues, collaborate with friends, collaborate with communities. They're able to work together with people using digital skills, using networks, using networking skills, right? All these things are attributes of a digital skills champion. And I want to ask you before I bring this to a close, how many of us want to be digital champions? How many of us want to be digital skills champion? Just tell me if you want to be. Say, I want, or I want to be, or say yes. Type yes in the comment section if you want to be a digital skills champion. Yes, Timothy says yes. So in other words, what simply means is that you must be willing to commit all the knowledge you have to working with things and working with people, using these tools together, right? Now, the final one is that digital skills champions are responsible digital citizenship. In other words, what it simply means is we want to be able to say a core attribute to a digital skills champion is one who is responsible, who is not using his knowledge, his skill, and his access or platform to be a source of worry, to be a source of hurt, to be a source of harm to other people. You are digitally what? Responsible. You are practicing ethical and responsible use of technology. We know that today there are several people who are learning digital skills to do bad. But let me announce to you, there are many more people who are using their digital skills to do good. You have to choose to be one of those people that will use their digital knowledge, their digital literacy, their digital understanding, their digital skills to do good and not to do bad. You ought to owe it to yourself that you will be responsible. You will respect privacy of people. We expect that you respect data protection of people, and you contribute positively using the skills that you have, right? So if you think about it, this is just an introductory part of us seeing ourselves to see a future where we ourselves become digital champion. This is what it means when we say the making of a digital champion. The making of a digital champion combines the knowledge of the digital skills to the benefit of digital skills, to the tools available to leverage on, to the attributes expected him or her to have. And it's in all that that person now becomes worthy to be called a digital champion. And remember, I said champions are champions because they consistently win. In other words, a digital skills champion is a digital skills champion because it's consistently leveraging the use of technology, not once in a while. What we teach you is not to archive it. What we teach you is for you to use it, for you to leverage it, for you to spread it, and for you to grow with it. And there's one little pledge I'd like to ask you to say with me as I bring this to a close. And that pledge is just what we call the TCK Zone Digital Skills Champion Pledge. I repeat, the Creative Kids Zone, that's the TCK Zone, Digital Skills Champion pledge. It says I, and then you put your name there. So I'll say it. I, Rotimi Eyitayo, pledge to be a digital skills champion. I will embrace technology in my thinking and my doing. I will make positive use of my digital skills to solve problems and make life better. I'll be more with tech. I will do more with tech. I will have more with tech. So help me God. So we're going to say line after line. If you don't mind, unmute yourself now. So I will read the first line and you repeat after me. And I'll read the second line, you repeat after me. Can we all unmute ourselves now? Toluani, unmute yourself. Timothy, unmute yourself. Amara, unmute yourself as well. We're going to do this. Okay. So we're going to do this together now. Say I.
I.
And you know your name, you have to put your name. That's why I said. So when you say I, you'll be I, Timothy, man, or I, Amara, I, Lamide. Are you ready? Let's go. Want to go? I. Pledge to be a digital skills champion.
Pledge to be a digital skills champion.
I will embrace technology.
I will embrace technology
in my thinking.
In my thinking.
And my doing.
And in my doing.
I will make positive use of my digital skills.
I will make positive use of my digital skills.
To solve problems.
To solve problems.
And make life better.
And make life better.
I will be more with tech.
I will be more with tech.
I will do more with tech.
I will do more with tech.
And I will have more with tech.
And I will have more with tech.
Let's take it one more time. Say I pledge to be a digital skills champion.
Pledge to be digital skills champion.
I will embrace technology.
I will embrace technology.
In my thinking.
In my thinking.
And my doing.
And in my doing.
I will make positive use of my digital skills.
I will make positive use of my digital skills.
To solve problems.
To solve problems.
And make life better.
And make life better.
I will be more with tech.
I will be more with tech.
Amara, I'm not hearing you. I will be more with tech.
I will be more with tech.
I will do more with tech.
I will do more with tech.
And I will have more with tech.
And I will have more with tech.
So help me God.
So help me God.
So thank you so much. That's the short introductory session that we have for you this morning session. And I hope you've learned one or two things. I hope you found this interesting and exciting. And I will look forward to working with you and others who are connected with us these few weeks as we have the TCK Virtual Holiday Academy. And please make sure, like I said, that you feel free to ask questions, show up early. The next session today with the same link will start at 2 p.m. And that will be the afternoon session. We'll have one of our coordinators also joining for that. But I hope you've learned something. Please comment in the section, comment section. Let's know if, yes, I'll be more with tech. I'll be more with tech. I'll have more with tech. Thank you, Amara. If you have questions too, Ms. Dami is here. I am here. We could have a very short opportunity for questions. And then if not, we can call it a day so you could have a bit of break, refresh yourself, and get ready for the afternoon session. My name is Rotimi Eyitayo. It's been a pleasure talking, sharing, teaching, and facilitating the onboarding and orientation session for this holiday academy. Do we have any questions? Do we have questions? So if you don't have questions, I'd like you to just put it in the comment section. What word would you use to describe this session that we've had? Just use one word to describe this session. And if possible, also add one thing that you learned today, this morning. Describe the session with one word and also share with us one key thing that you have as a takeaway or that you learned today. So we want Timothy, we want Oladimeji, Toluwani, Amara to share with us very quickly. Just type it in the comment section. If you want to speak, you also can. But if you want to type, please, I'm looking forward to that before I bring this session to, okay. All right, so I don't know if Ms. Dami has anything to say as we want to bring this session to a close. Ms. Dami?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Rotimi, for such a wonderful session. I believe we've all taken a lot of pointers, right, on how to become digital champions. So, like Mr. Rotimi has said, this virtual holiday, this holiday academy is going to be fully loaded, right? So you don't want to miss any session, both the morning session or the afternoon session. And you also want to tell your friends, as many of them that can join in as well. So those that are done with their exams, those that are done with secondary school, they're all invited to join us. So the goal is for you to be, like I said before, to become digitally empowered, to be able to create as many things as possible and to make your life and that of your family better with these skills that you're going to be learning. So thank you once again, everybody.
Thank you.
Okay, I think yes, we'll be, I don't know if any other person has one or two things to say. So we can wrap up this session and prepare for the afternoon class.
All right, thank you so much. So 2 p.m., I believe, is the afternoon session. So looking forward to seeing you all at that time. To have a lovely morning. Thank you. Bye for now. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.